Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a blessed day. Hey, I want to talk to you for just a minute about this world we live in. You know, whenever I watch the news or just look at current events that's going on in the world, you discover three things. The world we live in is a world of confusion, it's a world of delusion, and it's a world of scoffers. You know, I've noticed in the comments section, and I put my videos up on several platforms, and I've noticed in the comment sections that the comments are getting just hateful. I mean, people are lashing out. And when they lash out at me, I know they're not lashing out at me. I know they're lashing out at what I stand for, which is the Lord Jesus Christ and truth. And you know what? It's really funny because of all my platforms, the worst comments, the most hateful comments I get come from Rumble. And Rumble's supposed to be the free platform of all the free thinkers. People that stand for your right to say whatever you want to say. Freedom of speech. But I get the worst comments from Rumble. I find that fascinating. So anyway, this world is a world of confusion, delusion, and scoffers. Now confusion, this is what confusion is. It's the state of being bewildered or unclear in one's mind. It means they're just bewildered. They're beside themselves. They don't know what to do. That's confusion. People today are living in a world of confusion. You know, back in the 60s when I grew up, colleges, they taught kids how to think. They taught them how to think. They taught them to question everything. The entire movement in the 60s, the whole hippie movement, it was all about questioning everything. Well, it's always been like that. Well, why? Why should I go to Vietnam and die for some people I don't even know? Why? That's what they were taught. They were taught how to think, how to question everything. But nowadays, kids aren't taught that in college. They're not taught how to think. They're taught what to think. They're programmed what to think. And when you look at some of these college campuses, I see interviews all the time on college campuses, and these are kids that are about to graduate. And you know what they'll say? What ocean is Hawaii in? And they can't answer. What ocean is off the East Coast? They don't know. How many states are there? They don't know. These are college people that are going to be college graduates, and they don't even know the basic things. But they can tell you that there's no truth, that my feelings matter more than truth, that men can become women and women can become men. They know all the woke stuff. They just don't know any facts. They're in a literal world of confusion. They're taught confusion. Psalm 71:1 says, "In thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion." See, David knew that the only one who could keep him from confusion was God, because confusion is the demonic host injecting things into your mind. And when you buy them, it puts you in confusion. The next one is we're living in a world of delusion. People are delusional. They're absolutely delusional. This is delusion. Facts no longer matter. Facts don't matter. You can create your own delusion, and the government says that we have to go along with it. I saw a guy the other day. He was in a fast food restaurant. Big burly guy. He's in a fast food restaurant, and I couldn't see exactly what he was wearing, but listen, the poor guy behind the counter said, "Yes, sir, can I help you?" And he just blew up. He starts screaming, "How dare you misgender me? You can't tell that I'm a woman." And the guy goes, "No, you look like a man." And he went off again. and he was going to sue corporate for this guy misgendering him. Listen, this guy was absolutely out of his mind. He was in complete delusion. This is the definition of delusion. A false belief or judgment about your external reality. Delusion is when you don't accept reality for what it is. Here, this guy, he's born a male, he's an obvious male, but he's in total delusion, thinking that, well, if I say I'm a woman, and you better go along with it. Total and complete delusion. This whole thing that you can just ignore facts, you can ignore biology, good is evil, evil's good, total delusion. And lastly, we live in a world of scoffers. We live in the day of scoffers. They believe the demonic lies because they want to. They don't want to answer to God, so they believe everything the demonic host is telling them. Everything they're slipping into their head, they believe it all because they want to. They're in delusion and confusion, and they're scoffers by choice. They want it that way. It's easy. This is what it says about scoffers. Scoffers is the arrogant person with their nose in the air. They act with arrogant pride, and they think they know more than everybody else. You know this lawlessness that we see in our country right now? All the lawlessness, all the riots, all the flash mobs breaking into stores, that's all scoffers. They scoff at the law. They think they're above the law. They know nothing's going to happen to them. They do whatever they want. They go and they bust down buildings. They tear up businesses. They just scoff at the law. Guys, listen. This is what it says in 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. There are two things that make up scoffers. Those who are living in confusion and those who are living in delusion. That's what a scoffer is. He lives in total delusion. He's in his own world, and you have to go along with it. People, listen. It's not going to get any better. It is not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse. Worse and worse. It's never going to get better. Fasten your seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelts. Because we're watching the destruction of America right before our eyes. And we're watching the world lining up to welcome the Antichrist. Because it's only going to get worse and worse. People are going to get more delusional. People are just going to be absolutely just out of their minds. No one's going to have any answers. Everything's going to be so screwed up. And then all of a sudden, this man's going to come on the scene and he's going to have all the answers. And they're going to swallow it hook, line, and sinker. We're watching all that unfold all around us. And I don't say anymore that it can't get any worse, because I know it's going to get a whole lot worse. Anyway, fasten your seatbelts, sit back, and we'll just watch the end times unfold right before our eyes. Anyway, you guys all have a blessed week. Just remember, heaven or hell, you choose. But once you take your last breath, it's a done deal.